Today we're going to go over articles, so let's scroll down on the left to articles. There's a little paintbrush icon, and just click articles. We briefly touched on this in ads yesterday. This is all the articles that are in your site. Right now, by default, it's only going to show you the last 90 days worth of articles. Otherwise, it would take forever to load once your archive is built up. So if you could scroll back up to the top, I want to point out a very useful option. Up in the top right corner, you'll see a little drop down that says Screen Options. You can check or uncheck any of these. Normally, I uncheck comments, tags if you're not going to use tags, and access, because everything's going to be free access anyway. And then instead of having only 20 articles to a page, I usually put mine about 200, so I don't have to flip through a bunch of pages to look, find what I'm looking for. And click apply. And see how that cleans up your page? Your titles stretch further and you don't have things so squished. Okay, yeah. That Screen Options is available on almost every page on your dashboard. You can be selective to what your screen is showing. Okay?
Okay.
Now, if you're ever looking for an article, you'll see a bunch of drop down, or each across the top, you'll see a bunch of drop downs, all dates, all categories, all authors, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. As long as you have some search criteria set here, whether it's just a category, you might want to choose just the front page category. Go ahead and select that, Jessica. Just pick a category.
Okay.
Okay. You can go over to where it says last 90 days and select all posts slow. The reason that slow warning is there is to let you know you need to have some criteria selected or it's going to take forever. There you have nothing for Dryden in the past however long. Okay, try news.
Oh, try news. Okay.
Just something more general.
Something more general. Okay. Let's try that one.
I don't know how much we have loaded into your site.
Okay. This maybe there should be something under this. There we go.
Okay.
Something.
So you have 3 articles all time on COVID. If you want to edit an article, hover over the article title, and that will reveal a bunch of options for you, okay? Mm-hmm. The edit is the classic editor. The block edit is our new block editor. We'll be having tutorials on that soon. Today, we're not going to go over that today because I am not super familiar with that yet. Okay? Also, there's a trash button. Click trash. Let's put this article in the trash. Don't anybody get nervous. Okay, see above where it says bulk actions? Now you have a trash category. Anytime an article has disappeared, you can't find it, you're scrambling around, and then you email me and say, I can't find this, where did it go? Check your trash. That trash acts as a vault for anything that you want to get rid of or you got rid of by mistake.
Okay.
So go ahead and open your trash. Oh, you are open.
It is open?
Yep, hover over that title and you'll see restore.
Ooh.
That can be a lifesaver someday. Guaranteed, it's going to happen. Okay, so just keep that little trash button in mind. This only works for articles. Remember, Dan, yesterday I told you that if you put an ad in the trash, it disappears in 3 days. Ads you want to put in an archive. But articles, you can rescue articles out of the trash. Okay, so now we're on the articles page. Scroll up. You'll see a button that says Add New. up at the top, right next to articles.
Got it.
Perfect. Okay, now when you get to, if you ever do get to playing with the block editor, look at these as blocks. You have a title block, scroll down, you have your big body block there. Then you'll have your SEO, all-in-one SEO. You don't have to worry about that. That's automatically set for you, so you can deflate that one if you want. Little arrow on the right. Yeah. Then you have your subhead, byline, excerpt, whether or not you want to allow comments, breaking story, and we'll get to that in just a minute, okay? Then on the right, you have more blocks all the way up. Okay, this is probably your most important one. This is your publish block on the top right. We'll go over that. Then you have your category block. Tags, if you use tags. Post attributes, you don't have to worry about. Add to any allows sharing buttons for an article. You can turn that off if you don't want people to share your content. Broadcast options, we can send out an automatic instant newsletter if you want to send out a breaking news story. Paywall, your content is all protected, or not protected, so it's going to use category level splitting. You won't need to change that unless you want to put something behind a paywall if the time comes. And then edition dates. Should be one more down there. Featured image. I'll show you how to set a featured image. Okay, so let's start with an article. The first thing we're going to do is add a headline. So go all the way back up to the top and add a title for your article.
Okay.
You can just call it anything. We're just going to do a test.
Okay.
Nice. Good idea. Okay, now you want to copy that subheadline too?
Sure.
Give it a subheadline. And that's underneath. Good. You can have more than one subheadline. Do you notice there's a button there that says add another subhead?
Yeah, I noticed.
Okay.
Do you have an option for an overline?
No, I know what you're talking about. Something that comes before the first image in the article. It's kind of like a semi-title type thing. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, there's
okay.
You might be able to find, if you've got to playing around in the block editor, I'll have to check on that. But there might be an option to do that in the block editor. Right now, there's not one here.
Okay.
Okay, so what about a byline?
Okay, here we go.
Okay, you can add a second byline.
Ooh.
Yep, so you can put your email in there.
Ooh.
You want all your readers to email you nonstop, day and night. Okay, and now we get to the body. So let's go up and put your body text in there. Okay, now you're in the visual editor. If you open the text, no, you're fine. Okay, if you go look at the top of the body editor, you'll see there's a text tab, and it pulls in all the P tags for you. Over to the right, the tab up at the top. Nope, keep going. Over to the right.
Oh, there it is. Sorry, the Go meeting was blocking it somewhat.
Oh, I always forget about that. Yeah. Okay, so you can see this. If you pull this in, if you pull the HTML in from your Word document and drop it in here, it'll all be formatted exactly as it is on your Word document.
Cool.
Okay, so let's go back to the visual tab.
Okay.
And you kind of touched on what I wanted to show you next. You have your toolbar up at the top.
Mm-hmm.
You can bold things and lay them out however you want to. But if the one that's farthest to the right in the toolbox or in the tool area, click that and it'll bring up another set of tools.
Ooh.
Okay, and there are shortcuts in here that you can find when you look at the little question mark. Okay.
Cool.
Yep. Super easy to use.
Very intuitive. I like it.
Okay, so now, I'm sure this has an image. I saw an image there.
Yes.
You need to place your cursor where you want this image to appear in the article. Do you want it at the front of the article?
Like.
Okay. Okay, now there's a button up right up above there that says Add Media. Okay, the media library contains all the images that are on your site right now. That's your archive for media. There's some search criteria you can select here. Right now you have all media items. You can narrow that down to images uploaded to this post, only images so that you don't see PDFs. You can search by date.
Can you create categories?
For images, not that
So
I'm
like
aware
the
of.
headshots or whatever?
No, not that I'm aware of. We had that question before. That would be really nice, though. Okay. Now, if you want to upload an image, choose the Upload tab. Perfect. And then remember, I said you always look for that blue button. So the blue button here is at the bottom right. Insert into post. And there's your image. Okay. Click on the image itself. And you have another toolbar. You can center this. You can orient it to the left. You can orient it to the right. Okay. Okay, let's do the top one. Yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. Do the top image because I want you to see how that text wraps around when you center it to the left or orient it to the left. Okay, you did 2 images at a time here. It's not.
Yeah, I'll just delete one. Here we go. Doop. There you go.
There you go. Okay, see how the text wraps around?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, click that. I want to bring up the toolbar again. And click the pencil.
Pencil.
Okay, you can change your caption here. Edit your caption. WordPress itself does not have an option to or a field to add a byline or a photo credit. Very important that you add a photo credit, but it has to go in the caption.
Okay.
This has been going on for years. I don't know why WordPress hasn't done that. I think they're working on it right now, though. I saw a recent update. Okay. Right, that was the next thing I was going to show you. You can change the size. I always recommend changing your size here. Even though you'll see that it's got the little stretch bars on it, it kind of comes out distorted. It's better to select a size here. And there's your blue button.
Ooh.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay. Now you can drag the corners to shrink it. It'll shrink proportionately. But if you're going to enlarge it, choose something from that menu. Okay.
Neat.
Any questions so far?
Nope. Seems similar to sort of what WordPress websites I've worked with before.
Okay, good. Now, we pointed out, we looked over the excerpt area at the bottom. Scroll down, it's underneath the byline, and yeah. You do not need to worry about putting an excerpt in here. The first few words of your article are automatically going to become your teaser on your homepage. Okay, but you can customize your excerpt. If you want it to be something different than the beginning of your article, this is where you would add that.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you want it to be a breaking story, all you do is check that box. And I'd like you to do that right now because I want you to see how it shows up on your homepage. Okay, so there's two other things that we have to do before we can publish this. First, we need to put this article in a category. And you can use multiple categories. Okay, and then we need to give it an edition date. Keep in mind that your edition date is the date that's on the home page of your paper or on the front page of your print edition. This is how your archives are organized. When we look at the archives, if you add an article and give it a you know, like if today is not a print day and you gave your article today's date, you would only have one article under that date in your archives. Okay, so we try to give it the print date. If an article comes in the middle of the week, say obituary, comes in the middle of the week and you want it online right now, but you also want it to appear in next edition online, you can give the article both dates. So it would be the current edition plus the upcoming edition. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right, so we are all set. You can scroll up to the top. And I would save draft right now because I want you to see that if this automatically sets your featured image. So scroll down on the right-hand side again. Okay. Now you can crop your image here. Say you only want to show the guy in the back. Click the crop featured image button and you're going to see a whole bunch of options for different size images. Unfortunately, I have to get a list of where these all display because I don't know. I usually end up when I'm doing cropping images, I crop them all. One at a time. Okay, so click on one of those images, yep, and see how it pops over on the right-hand side? That's your working window. Right now, if you didn't crop this, what is in the pane, in the window pane that appears over that image is how it will appear on the site. You can drag that window pane to the right or to the left, or you can pull in those corners. It's going to crop proportionately. Okay. And then you want to save crop, hit that blue button, and you'll see how it changed in your window on the left. Okay. Okay, and anytime you make changes, you always want to hit your update button. So there's a blue update button up on the top. Well, save draft, and we haven't published it yet. Okay, now before we move on, if you want to schedule this, this is where you'll also do that up in the blue or up in the top publish box or block, I should say. You'll see publish immediately. There's a little blue edit next to that. This is where you would schedule it. So if you don't want this to go live until tomorrow, just change the date, set the time here. Remember, WordPress uses military time. Okay, but we're going to publish this right now. I want you to see how the breaking news looks. So go ahead and hit the publish button. Okay, now see also that you have a permalink created right under the headline. You can click that to preview the article. You also have a preview changes button in the publish block. There you go. I see the breaking news up at the top. Yep, that will stay there for 24 hours from the time that you publish the article. Okay,
That's cool.
Yep. Now, if you look at the black bar on the top of your screen, you'll see edit article. Even way too much fun. Okay, brings you back right back to the article page, the article edit page. Okay, so if you scroll down on the right-hand side, I want to point out that broadcast option that we talked about right there. If you click that, it's going to automatically go out to your readers. So make sure you want to click it. We do have a ticket into engineering because right now there's no pop-up that says, "Are you sure?" Sometimes you might, change your mind at the last second and it's too late. So just make sure you do want to send it out right away. Okay.
Okay.
Any questions from anybody?
Can you change around where each one of the boxes pops up, for example? Like if you wanted the byline to be located somewhere else, for example?
On the article edit page, you can arrange this page, drag and drop. You can arrange those blocks any way you want, but it's still going to appear in the same format on the article itself.
Okay.
Your headline's always going to be first, then your subheadline, then your byline. If you wanted to put, you could make the byline part of your article.
Okay.
If you wanted to do that, what are you thinking? What do you have in mind?
I was just curious because I noticed that when I like when you look at the article, it looks a bit different than it does in like the editor. And I noticed this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just wondering if there was like a way to move this byline so that it was like down here.
You would have to do that in the body editor. You could do that. Let's go back to edit article. Okay. So if you took your byline and you put it at the top of the article, so it would appear there rather than, up there at the top. This is one instance where you might want to create a special excerpt because you probably don't want the byline to be the first part of the story in your excerpt, right?
Right.
So you would just grab the first part of your article and paste it in the excerpt. So let's do that and we'll see what it looks like. And now your blue button says update. Okay, and let's go to the home page and see what it looks like on the home page. Okay, what categories did you put that in? Okay, there it is, breaking news. And see the excerpt?
Ooh.
Okay. So that's what that looks like on your home page. Obviously, there's no other content. Otherwise, there would be two other stories next to it. Okay, what else did you put? Oh, it's there. I see it under opinions and columns. Did you put that there? Or I think that's one we put there, isn't it?
I think it is.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, another thing I want to point out that has to do with articles. You see the edit order that's next to the category header over to the right? See, look at opinions and columns, and over on the right, you'll see edit order.
Oh, okay.
Okay, say that story, that COVID story that you just edited the image on, you want to keep that at the top or as the first story, just drag that up and then save order.
Nice.
Yep. Now, if this story falls down, I think it shows the top 5. So if this story falls down to number 6 or 7, but you've added more content to it or you want to keep it in the front, that's how you would do that. Just drag it up. It basically just changes the publish time because your stories are going to appear on the site in the order of their published time. So the most
makes sense.
First. Okay.
Oh, I do have a question actually. So I noticed that in the ones that I'm assuming you uploaded, it has like my byline here, but then on the one that I uploaded, it has my email instead. Why did that happen?
I think, did you put that in there or no? I don't think you did. Yeah, the local news one is the one that you did.
Right. So why does it have it by my email instead of my name though?
Well, let's go to the dashboard and I'll show you where that's pulling from.
Okay.
You go down to users. Now, the only time you're going to use users is for staff, okay? For your readers, you're going to use MemberPress, but you don't even need to do that because you don't have a paywall. So let's go to users, all users. And you are an editor, so let's select editor. Okay, there you are. Go ahead and hover over your name at the left, click edit. That'll bring you to your profile page.
Wait, am I clicking it?
Yes.
What am I doing? You cut off.
Go ahead and click it. It'll take you to your profile page. Okay, scroll down. And you're going to be looking for display name publicly as. Scroll down. Okay. Okay, look for a blue button. It's going to be all the way at the bottom. And let's go back to the site. Did it change?
I have to refresh just a second.
Oh, okay.
Yep, it changed. Ta-da.
Okay. Yeah, that's a little
Cool.
kind of, nobody usually asks about that until they, you know, need it. It's like, but I don't want my email on there. I'm getting all kinds of email. Okay.
Okay.
Guys. Why did our featured stories disappear?
We deleted that one, right?
Did we?
Is it still in the trash? The one with the guy standing in front of the bush?
Did we not restore that? I thought we restored it. Go ahead.
I can't
Let's
remember.
go back to the dashboard. Thanks, Dan.
No problem.
We'll go to just articles, all articles. Oh, it's not in the trash.
Been restored.
Let's just take a look at that. Can you open that up, Jessica? It's in featured. Published on. Oh, did we add a new edition? I bet we added a new edition. Because you did yours as January 10th, or January, oh my goodness. June 10th, right? So what we did, we basically changed the current edition date by creating a new edition. So if you look over on the left on your dashboard, yeah, go ahead. You can change it there, add it to the same edition, you know, the 10th. And then click update. Okay, occasionally if you add a special section or something like that, it's liable to make your special section the current edition. So I'm going to show you how you can make sure the current edition is set. Oh, it's not there? There it is.
It's there now.
Okay, good. You just had to refresh. I was maybe nervous there for a second. Okay, go back to your dashboard. And scroll all the way to the bottom. You'll see current edition. Just click on that. See, this will automatically, anytime you create a new edition date, it's going to automatically make that edition the current edition. Okay. So if you ever need to change it, just come in here, you click that drop down, all your dates are listed there. Okay? Any questions?
Yeah, how do you, if I wanted to create like a slideshow at the top of the article, how would I do that?
At the top of the article. So you would want to create a gallery. Okay, so let's go to MaxGalleria on your dashboard. On your dashboard, yeah. And just click MaxGalleria again. Okay, here you create a gallery, click Add New. And I'll make sure you have the slideshow option here. We're going to use images. Give it a second. Okay, template. And we don't have slideshow on here. So I'll have to, yep. But that's what you would do. You would grab the image slider. When I make that an option, I'll do that as soon as we're done the call. And I'll let you know. And then what you'll do once you create a gallery, that's you don't need to worry about that. I have to turn on that part of the plugin for you. Okay. Once you create a gallery, right now, just select the template. The image tiles template. First thing you have to do is select a template, okay? And then click the images tab. And you can add images here. You can add multiple images at a time. I've done 12 at a time. I don't even know if there's a maximum. Okay, so if you want to drag them from your media library or if you want to upload a bunch of them at the same time, and then they'll all organize themselves in your gallery. Might take a couple minutes. You see the little spinning wheel. Okay, you can drag and drop these too. So if you want, number 2 to be number 1, it's totally up to you. You can organize them however you want them. Okay. Okay, when you publish this, go ahead and hit the blue button. We'll publish this. There. You also have a permalink to preview what your gallery will look like. Okay, here's your gallery. It's not anywhere on your site yet other than in the back side. So let's go back and I'll show you how to put it in an article. I'm glad you brought this up. And I'm glad we had time to go over this. Okay, over on the bottom right, there's 2 ways to add this to your article. You can grab one of those short codes, just copy that. Okay, and go back to your article. And you could just drop that short code wherever you want the gallery to appear. It's usually nicer at the bottom. But you can, you don't have to take my word. You can put it wherever you want. Okay, update. And then preview. Okay, so there's your gallery. And then the other way, if you go back to edit article, you can add a gallery the same way that you add an image. Place your cursor where you want the gallery to appear. Okay, and click MaxGalleria Gallery. And your gallery will be in the drop down. Yeah, we didn't name your gallery, so. And then update. And then preview. Okay. So if you make this a slideshow, you could put that right at the top of your article
Cool.
by either just pasting in the short code or using the MaxGalleria button. Lots of options, lots of things to play around with. Okay, any questions? Dan and Stephen are so quiet.
I suppose they don't do as much on the Tompkins Weekly website as I do.
Yeah, this is just like emergency purposes.
Okay. You feel comfortable? Do you think you could find your way around if you had to?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've done WordPress stuff before, so.
Okay.
I like the functionality. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Very easy to use. Okay, guys, as long as nobody has any questions, we can wrap this up. Last call.
I can't think of anything.
Okay. If you do think of anything, just shoot me an email. Let's go back to our homepage or your homepage. I'm going to go to the dashboard. Okay, this is where I want you to be, Jessica. If you look over on your left, you'll see Contact Our Hometown. Yep, right there. Okay, you can submit a ticket or an email. They both do the same thing. It's going to create, when you send an email, it's going to create a ticket in our ticket system. Okay, and call support, that's my number right there. Okay, so you have two ways. You can send a ticket, you can send us make a phone call. We didn't touch on the customized tool. Did you want to touch on that another day? Want to spend some time with that, or do you want to wait a little while? Totally up to you.
What's the customized tool?
Mm-hmm. You go to the home page. Dan was able to see a little bit of it yesterday. Okay, Jessica, this opens up a new tool on the left side of your page. Lots of places to play around here. This is where your site is basically built. This is what runs your site. You have everything, widgets inside of widget areas. If you open the widgets in the tool, right there, okay, these are your widget areas. Your site is built using the main slider area and the default sidebar, which is your right sidebar. Okay, open your main slider area, and you'll see here's your widgets that built your front page. You have the featured stories widget, local news, it's all in order. Okay, those things are all drag and drop. You can, if you open one of those widgets, you'll see there's a lot of customizing options available in there. You can choose how many stories you want to show, how you want that widget to look, where you want the image to display, and that sort of thing.
Oh, so, that is super helpful.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks, Dan. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.